large format printing, offset, and welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing, and branding services using large format printing, offset, and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design, and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing, and branding services using large format printing, offset, and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design, and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing, and branding services using large format printing, offset, and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design, and branding
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful morning that God has granted upon us again today. I hope you are alive and kicking. Welcome to the BTV Kenya, your home live television, as usual on the vibrant morning show. Call me Ocheng Geoffrey Onyengo. Newspapers review is going to be our first attention this morning, ladies and gentlemen, to see on some of the substantive information that has been accrued throughout the country and to see some of the most important areas of consideration and that befits you from whichever place you're watching from. As for now, I believe you are going to take this priority and have it for your own when you append your point of verdict on the BTV Kenya, your home live TV Facebook page, Twitter, Twitter, TikTok, and even on YouTube. You create your subscriptions one and more times, ladies and gentlemen, for more and more information over here. Today with me are various newspapers that I would wish to bring into your attention. Of course, with me already is the People Daily. On the People Daily, the main issue that have been bold on the first page of the People Daily is about the former president, the fourth president of the country, Uhuru Kenyatta, who says, "Just respect me," Uhuru tells Ruto. That's the first information that I have on this first page, ladies and gentlemen. So, in an presented escalation of tension between the president and the predecessor, the son of Jomo demands the dignity that comes with his status as for head of a state. So that has been shown over here, whereby there is a pictorial on the first page, ladies and gentlemen. You will have this a particular newspaper. So we are as well told here that in his own words, Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president, says to date, the office matter remains unresolved and has not been in the past recent. Uhuru Kenyatta says the government hasn't taken into consideration the office of the former president Uhuru Kenyatta. So that is that on page number 1 of the People Daily, ladies and gentlemen. So as we proceed forth to the next page of the People Daily over here are some substantive issues that I would wish to actually bring to you in this beautiful morning, whereby we are told about TSC cracks whip on intern teachers over strike action. So that has also been shown here. So employer had warned the teachers to show cause why they should not be sacked for misconduct. Whereby the Teacher Service Commission (TSC) has cracked the whip of junior secondary schools (JSS) intern teachers for allegedly participating in an illegal strike. So TSC cited professional misconduct as a grounds for the termination of services of the intern teachers only 2 days after they had called off the month-long strike. So some of the nearly 600,000 intern teachers had in early May boycotted teaching when schools reopened for second term, demanding enhanced pay and conversion of their intern contracts to permanent and past pensionable one-on-one, ladies and gentlemen. So this has really brought into the attention of the Public Service Commission, and that the intern teachers, the JSS teachers, are their fate can't be traced as per now. We shall, for that matter, go ahead, seeing that although the number of those sacked remained unknown up to date, so a number of them have been known following the analysis that were done by several officers from the TSC, following those that reported in school to continue with work and those that did not report to school. So we are told the number is not yet known up to now, ladies and gentlemen. So we are as well told in their own words that the commission has noted that you failed and or ignored to provide any reasons for your absence as required by the aforementioned later. So a number of these officers says those teachers that were absent on that day when the analysis and report was being taken haven't appended the reasons towards their absenteeism, ladies and gentlemen. Professional misconduct. I want to see something here on professional misconduct. Now, this is the voice of the commission, whereby we are told in the onwards that in view of the above, the commission has decided to terminate your internship engagement with effect from June 6th on the grounds that you engaged in acts of professional misconduct in that you deserted duty with effect from May 13th, 2024 to date, while engaging as an in other activities that are not professional. That is that, and has been shown over here, ladies and gentlemen. So in an earlier letter dated May 11, 2024, TSC had warned the teachers to show cause why they should not be sacked for engaging in other activities apart from just getting to class and handle the students. Now, since that particular date on 6th and till when this letter came from the commission, the teachers commission, that is the the JSS, had not appended these reasons following their letter of job termination. So JSS teachers sent home. This is the main story here. The JSS teachers sent home. So TSC cracked the whip of the junior secondary school JSS intern teachers for allegedly participating in an illegal strike. So the strike that was ongoing is alleged to be unlawful and illegal according to the ministry. Now we are told that some 600 intern teachers had in early May boycotted when reopened for secondary schools, demanding for their pay and conversion of their intern contracts. So up to about 60,000 teachers across the country are alleged to have boycotted their job as from the first day of schools open. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on page number 3 of the People Daily, when you have it over there, you can see that there is a pictorial where teachers are still on strike. They say junior secondary school teachers from Nakuru County demonstrates on Nakuru streets demanding a better pay for TSC. They vowed not to return to school until their demands are met. So that's a pictorial that is also shown over there. So you can have it and read this more and more for your own self. Let me see something about intensifying demonstrations. So this intensified demonstration are based on what the teachers are undergoing currently, whereby we are told that embodied support from the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET. The teachers announced that they elaborate plans to intensify their demonstrations countrywide. So that has also been shown here. Just on the same, Daniel Murithi, Secretary General of the Kenya Junior Secondary Teachers Association, had said communication from TSC urging them to resume work would not sway their resolve. So in their own words, they said the fact that the TSC has responded requesting you to go back to school means reports have reached them that the majority are not going back to school. So the fact that they are requesting you to get back to a job. Now this officer tells the teachers under the commission, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, up to now, about 46,000 teachers have not been engaged fully as interns within the country, ladies and gentlemen. So that has also been shown on page number 2 of the People Daily, ladies and gentlemen, and that the teachers are undergoing difficulty when their job is now said to have been terminated. So we shall wait forth and see what's going to happen between the employee and the employer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to page number 4 or 5. So at page number 4, there are some substantive information that's been appended on this particular page, whereby it's about Uhuru, who says the state not meeting needs of my office. So former President Uhuru Kenyatta says that the state has not met his needs of office. So former president's office received only 28 million out of the ceilings 655 million in the financial year 2022-2023, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fiscal year, and of course the president now pleads to the government to see into if it can, for that matter, subsidize some of the needs of his office. So former President Uhuru Kenyatta has been fighting a quiet battle with the government over the past year and a half over the funding that he is entitled to as a retired head of state. So that has also been shown over there. But now he has decided to go public about it. Now it has just been that underground quietly. But as per now, we are told that the former President Uhuru Kenyatta has just gone to the public to mention exactly what the government of Kenya Kwanza does upon his needs of the office. Now, Kenyatta's office received a meagre of shillings 28 million out of the allocated shillings 655 million during the 2022-2023 financial year, comprising of 4.4% of the total budget for the office, said his spokesperson Kanze Dena at a press briefing in Nairobi yesterday. So Dena responded to the government spokesperson Ismail Maura's assertion that the former president received a lump sum payment of up to shillings 48 million as gratitude. So this gratitude is up to around shillings 48 million that the spokesperson allegates to have been appended into the account of the former president Kenyatta. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is now there one-on-one. Let me see something on Mama Ngina's security. This now the family of the former or fourth president Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, Mama Ngina's security to Kenyatta's office also rejected claims that the security of former First Lady Ngina Kenyatta was reinstated after it was withdrawn in June 2023. We remember that the security officers were withdrawn from Mama Ngina's statehold, where up to now we are told that Mama Ngina's bodyguard and vehicles were withdrawn via a phone call last year and haven't been reinstated. Dena said. Now, Dena was the spokesperson of the former President Uhuru Kenyatta during his reign. Up now, still they work as one and as an office, ladies and gentlemen. So, contrary to media reports, security personnel haven't been reinstated. Dena stated, lamenting that President William Ruto's administration had not provided vehicles, even though the former First Lady is entitled to them. Now, the President William Ruto, for that matter, is alleged to have not given any support lawfully as per the constitution of the country. We are told that Mama Ngina is the widow of a founding President Jomo Kenyatta, who died in office in 1,000 years 978, ladies and gentlemen. She now relies on 3 vehicles provided by precious previous governments, with fuel cards blocked since March 2023, and appeals for the vehicles to be maintained denied, revealed. Now that is that, and up to now, ladies and gentlemen, it is in the public domain that now the current government of Kenya, through the President William Samoei Ruto, has not taken into consideration the matter of the office of former president, or the fourth president of the country, Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. Now the first lady Mama Ngina also alleges that the vehicles were withdrawn from her, the security was taken, and even the vehicle that the former government gave her over there, the fuel cards are blocked and they're not functional. So we are waiting forth to see what will happen. You can as well have that newspaper and read it for yourself. Let me get to this other part whereby I shall be also able to get about the furnished office. How about this furnished office? So Maura, the government spokesperson, assured the public that the former president and his family were well taken care of as stipulated in the law. On Uhuru Kenyatta's entitlement to fully furnished, maintained office of choice, then said the office was surprised by claims that she describes as untrue. So in their own words, they said, it is in the public knowledge that the State House has been very clear on the position of the office in Nyeri Estate as the office of the former president should be used, based on the fact that the office was bought by the government. So the position clearly articulated by the State House spokesperson, she said. So there's a controversy between the communication from the top government of Kenya Kwanza through His Excellency Samoei Ruto and the office of former President Kenyatta. So we are told that. Now, at a glance, ladies and gentlemen, when we look at the happenings here, is that former President Uhuru Kenyatta runs his office, fuels the vehicles, and pays the staff through his personal funding. There is no government funding to the former president and his office that has also been into the public domain. And as we continue, the staff of President Uhuru Kenyatta, including Kanzidena, have not been on the government payroll for the last 2 years. So Uhuru Kenyatta has not been given an office by the government, as the government spokesperson alleged. Okay, so you can have much on that and be told about what happens. Let me see something little on the fuel cards that were laid there for on the Mama Ngina's office. Now these fuel cards are on the number of fuel cards given to Kenyatta's office. Then I said it is true that each of the vehicles has a fuel card, but they are not used as they were blocked by the State House in March 2023. So that is that. You can as well read it for your own self about the fuel cards and all the government actions on the office of former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now about the foreign trips. Now about the foreign trips here, there have been allegations that the government of Kenya through Kenya Kwanza, beginning the grassroots where the MCAs of county members assembly have not been using or allocating funds as expected of them. On the issue of seeking approval for the trips, she said that it was communicated by the office of the president that Kenyatta's office could only submit requests for termination trips and wait to be cleared on which trips he could take. So the president former President Uhuru Kenyatta is not just to get to any trip that is not decided by the government, and this is what is shown over here, ladies and gentlemen. The government will decide on which trips he, as the former president, will be getting to, and those trips that is not allowed by the government, or not will not be supported by the government of Kenya through His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pushing on one, just slowly by slowly, following the happenings across the country, politically, socially, and economically. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Vibrant Morning Show, whereby substantive information that goes on air and reaches you through your screens on this particular TV station. Right away now, in the short while, I shall get to a commercial break and back. Before then, let me see something on official decries low uptake of devolved credit facilities in Busia. Now, let's see what's happening the other side of the country in Busia. The government has decried what it says it is a low uptake of credit facilities. The absorption of devolved credit funds was extremely low in Busia County, said Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Principal Secretary Susan Mangeni. So Mangenio was speaking at an event on a fourth medium term plan in Busia town on Friday. In her own words, she spoke, saying, "The youth fund has been around for almost 15 years, but if you look at the money which has been disbursed in Busia alone, it is less than shillings 100 million, she said, adding that shillings 15 billion was has been disbursed across Kenya. So Mugeni added that the Uwenzo Fund, which has existed for about 9 years, reflects a dismally uptake in Busia, which only shillings 90 million disbursed, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a communication that was talked about prior by the government on the other side of the country, Busia. Now, let me get to a commercial break in a short while. Then I will be back for a continuation.
Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, v Kenya, and also Blackman Studios.
And thank you for keeping it locked into this television, your home live TV, BTV Kenya. We are getting to the second station of the same moment. The Vibrant Morning Show is the show on air, and live here is I and myself, Oshim Geoffrey Onyango. Let's see what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, on the newspapers that are lying with me over here. Now, we've just spoken on what the former President Uhuru Kenyatta is passing through with the allegations from the top government official, that is His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, and being that some of the substantive information on the delivery of the office of the former president is not taken in consideration. And Mama Ngina, the First Lady, being that during the year 2023, she hasn't taken into account any money from the subsidy of the government as per the Constitution of Kenya. She says even the fuel cards were blocked during the years the security officers were taken. Let's see what's trending forth in the next page. That is page number 7 of the People Daily, where senators in threat to stop funding errant governors. Now, senators in threat to stop funding errant governors. So, move comes after Isiolo boss Abdi Guyo failed to appear before House team on several occasions. So Guyo had been realized not to have been attending these series meetings that have been held by governors across the countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see exactly what's happening here, where we are told that senators are set to move a motion to stop fund from going to Isiolo and other counties whose governors have refused to appear before them for accountability purposes. Now, I do not know why at times these governors fear accountability emphases that are always taken by auditorial part of the county. Now, this even as the senator directed the Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, and Director of Police Prosecution, Benson Igonga, to arrest and prosecute Isiolo Governor Abdi Guyo for contempt and various violations of the law. Ladies and gentlemen, the Senate Health Committee reached the verdict after Guyo failed to appear before the committee on several occasions to answer to various questions on the status of health and the morgue in northeastern arid and semi-arid county. Ladies and gentlemen, Mandago stated that the action of Isiolo governor towards the committee, adding that they summoned the governor to appear but failed to heed the summon. Now, in their own words, they said that we are left with no other choice other than to ask the IG and the DPP to arrest and prosecute the governor, having given him the opportunity to respond to the issues that have been taken more than 6 months and refused to appear. He has exhibited the highest contempt to the Senate and his committee, said Mandago. Now, that is that. Ladies and gentlemen, from the place you are watching from, we would wish to at times just ask some simple questions to why, if the governor or a top government official of a county, for instance, cannot appear before the Senate due to the fact that some of the expenditures are not at peak to be understood. Now, the police officers, after the committee has now decided, after the 6 months that was given to Mandago, to take the platform and explain exactly what could have occurred within his government. Now, service delivery. Let me see something little on service delivery, ladies and gentlemen, whereby we are told he went on saying that the matter before committee is not a matter for Fatuma Dullo. It is a matter that affects the citizens of Isiolo on service delivery. The committee is relying on the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, Section 19 of 3, states that Parliament or its committee may order the arrest of a person who fails to honor a summons. So the same act in Section 19 says that where a witness summoned does not appear or appears but fails to satisfy relevant House of Parliament or committee, the relevant House or committee may impose upon the witness such fine not exceeding 500,000, having regard to the witness condition in life and all the circumstances of the case, ladies and gentlemen. So that has also been shown over there. So Mandago, for that matter, says through the committee that now though the governors that have been called upon to the Senate to actually bring into their attention more and more of the accountability of a particular county need a suggestion, and if not, then they are going to be arrested according to Act 19 over 3 of the Kenyan Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. So that has also been shown over there. Let me see, there is a pictorial that has been shown over here where Governor of Isiolo County, Abdi Guyo, responds to questions from members of the Public Investments and the Special Funds Committee of the Senate on audited accounts of water companies in the county. So that is at a glance. But now, the big question is, why can't the Governor Guyo just append himself before the Senate for accountability? You can have your point of verdict or an inquiry on the page, Facebook. Give me that fact. I'm going to check on it in a short while. Let me see Guyo and that is being called for a trial. So senators are set to move a motion to stop funds from going to Isiolo and other counties whose governors have refused to appear before them. So the Senate is yet to stop the funds that are allocated to these particular counties whose governors have not responded to the call of the Senate as per now. That is what has been shown on this particular page, ladies and gentlemen. We as well told that Senate has directed the Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, and Director of Public Prosecution, Renson Igonga, to arrest and prosecute Isiolo Governor Abdi Guyo. So that is already a warrant of arrest to Honorable Governor of Isiolo Abdi Guyo, ladies and gentlemen. So that has also been shown on page number 6 of 7. Let me see something on self-confidence now. Now this comes after the collection of guts, I call it that, because when the senators are called you for up to a period of 6 months, whereby some plans that were not orderly could have been done within the period given. But now, what could the cause be? Would they be that have that positive impact, or it will be hayway? That's the story here about self-confidence. So they called on the governors, those that actually ought to have had the same concern, and that is that we shall see that later. Ladies and gentlemen, you can as well have this particular paper, a newspaper, and read it for your own. As we proceed forth, ladies and gentlemen, there is concern over dwindling English proficiency. This is in education. Dwindling English proficiency. Let's look at something of the kind. So, education stakeholders in Kiambu County have raised concern over the dwindling proficiency in the English language among learners, attributing this to the overuse of slang. Okay, so we are told that this was raised during an annual contest, even of both written and spoken English among learners from 27 public schools at Maryhill Girls High School in Thika, where schools heads said the language was under threat from emerging languages, especially in urban centers. So those particular primary schools where those that I have mentioned here are said to have language that is not well spoken, not well written for that matter. So we are told here that they added that their grasp of the language was also poor, particularly among the learners from rural schools led by the chief principal Maryhill Girls, Jacinta Ngure. The school heads called on the need for build a strong reading culture among learners in order to sharpen their understanding of English language. So those are those based on education, ladies and gentlemen. In self-confidence, they say they called on schools to consider holding these contests regularly to facilitate self-confidence, increase students' interest in languages, and enable them to make progress in the languages. So that has also been addressed over there. You can have it and read it for your own self, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see something little here on the same page about the county government. Let's see what is here about the county government. We are told that a county is barred from outsourcing legal jobs. So counties barred from outsourcing legal jobs. Now this is another story that is here with us, whereby county government will no longer have the luxury of contracting external law firms in a Senate proposal to amend existing laws in adopted. So the Senate is now mulling amending some pieces of legislation to bar county governments from hiring external law firms to represent them in cases that can be handled by the county attorneys. Now, ladies and gentlemen, most oftenly it sounds as if the Kenyan or Kenyans are not experts of particular job standards within the country, whereby when the state or the government wants some operation that is kind of complex, then the workers are imported from other countries, which is now said to be the worst thing ever, but that the country should as well have its own personnel trained such that when such information comes or obligation, then they get to it without any problem. So the Senate is now mulling amending some pieces of legislation to bar county government from hiring external law firms to represent them in cases that can be handled by county attorneys. So this is after the Senate committees devolution and justice established that counties have more than shillings 56 billion pending bills owned to external law firms. So the Senate Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights Committee has been hearing a petition regarding restricting of county governments, officers or officials from being hiring external law firms. So that is that on that particular page. Let me see something little on the next page over here. On this next page, which is page number 8 of People Daily, let me see something here, and this is about qualifications agency finally recognizes accountants association. Okay, so accountant association has been now given recognition to the Kenya National Qualification Authority, KNQA, has officially recognized the Association of Chartered Certified Accounts, that is ACCA, as a foreign qualification awarding institution. So this was described as a landmark development for professional qualifications during the formalization process, also providing the law for the ACCA to be awarded a certificate of qualification equivalence by the KNQA one-on-one, ladies and gentlemen. So when you have this particular newspaper, you will as well see that ACC's head of marketing, George Njari, highlighted the rigorous nature of the accreditation process conducted by the KNQA, ladies and gentlemen. So in their own words, the process was extremely thorough compared to other regions where the institution have been accredited, said Njari, stating ACCA was looking for more avenues for collaboration. He expressed ACC interest in further collaboration with the KNQA. So that is that. So let me get to Mount Kenya region. Rivalry intensifies. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening in Mount Kenya? That's a big question that you are going to ask yourself, and the politics of Mount Kenya and the government of Kenya Kwanza through His Excellency Uhuru, Samoei Ruto, and the Deputy Rigathi Gachagua. What's happening in Mount Kenya? That's the big question. Now, central sibling rampers take different turn as crack widen, threatening Kenya Kwanza atom. You know, these politics at times become so hectic to understand. Like the supremacy battled over Mount Kenya kingship have intensified, leaving the most populous region in the countries under cloud of confusion. Two camps, one led by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and another stewarded by Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro, have emerged, dividing politicians in the region, including MPs and governors down in the middle. So Ndindi Nyoro and His Excellency the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua in Mount Kenya are now having different perceptions, and that we are told they are going to battle over the kingship of Mount Kenya politics. That's what's trending over here, ladies and gentlemen, on this particular newspaper. We are as well told that as the camps continue to shadow box for the control of the region's precious political soul, it has emerged young politicians have endorsed Nyoro's kingship, detonating to a political tiff. Now, Ndindi Nyoro has a different perspective, as well as the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and that kingship is the main story here, and that who is going to hold the Mount Kenya kingship following the 2027 forthcoming general election. It comes to be so marvelous, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have this particular newspaper and have it for your own. Let me see something on attack on Gachagua. Attack on Gachagua, the Deputy President. Who is attacking him? Now, Kururia, who spoke to journalists in Gatundu, said in a seemingly scathing attack to Gachagua, no one should force himself or force others to support him. In his own words, they said, no one should be bossy to other and or force them to back his politics aspiration. We know who we want, and this time round we have decided to rally behind youngest or young stars. Okay, this is a battle that's ongoing, whereby the Mount Kenya region now says they do not want old men again. They want young stars who will get to the top politics or the national politics as of now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you remember previously from the talk that the press that His Excellency the President William Samoei Ruto said that when he was making up for the 2022 polls, he called all the MPs across the country and gave them a mandate to choose who could be the best candidate for the candidature of the Deputy President. So the President said that after the analysis, the MPs or members of the Parliament gave him several perspectives on who he was to join, so that they succumb the polls of 2022. But now it came to the public domain after His Excellency said no, he did not want a kijana. He used that phrase, ladies and gentlemen, and said he chose on Rigathi Gachagua, who is of his age mate. As for now, the Mount Kenya region, Ndindi Nyoro and Gachagua are now fighting forth for the 2027 general election, and that the kingship of the Mount Kenya is thought to be certain. We are going to see what's being contained of the same. But again, let me ask you, a number of MPs from the region, that is the Mount Kenya, says this time they know whom they want, and no one is going to push anybody, and every person has that environment that is so conducive to push their perspectives, and the truth remains that they are going to choose on the young stars. So it means vijana wajipange on the Mount Kenya region, that is, and that's very nice politics, ladies and gentlemen. You know, politics, as said before, is that game, but I'm not colliding with the same. Let me see something on the achieve development over here, ladies and gentlemen. So on the achieve development within the country and among other counties, those that have benefited from this development, I do not know which ones have achieved, and that's why we have this newspaper where we are told. But another function of a leaders have vowed to rally behind Gachagua, saying the region must be united to achieve social economic development. So many, or the biggest percentage of the Mount Kenyan region are now with His Excellency the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and that they want to see that Mount Kenya is united, and that economic or social developments are realized within the Mount Kenya. So that is that also. But there is still politics, ladies and gentlemen. Each and every persons, with the leaders inclusive from the Mount Kenya, can have their perspective as they continue with the same. So the leaders behind Gachagua's call for unity, led by Maragua MP Mary Waipera, took issue with some political quarters driving an agenda to belittle, demean, and read out Gachagua. But still there are lots that needs to be taken in consideration, ladies and gentlemen, on the Mount Kenya politics. For us over here today, particularly on this particular program, we just get you a review on the newspapers. But still, the fate of the Mount Kenya politics and who may take the kingship is going to be decided by the members of Mount Kenya, the politicians and residents of Mount Kenya. Then you get to see something in Central at war. It has been an allegation out there that Central is at war. So this comes after two camps continue to shadow box for the control of the region's precious politics soul. That has also been considered here. But another function of leaders have vowed to rally behind Gachagua, saying that the region must be united. So Gachagua works tirelessly hard to see that the region is united, ladies and gentlemen. So the first session of the same, you can have at least a moment to see what's happening on a pictorial that has been appended over here, whereby Gatundu North MP Elijah Njoroge Karuria alongside Embakasi South MP Babu Owino and Kitui Women Representative Irene Kasalu is on a press briefing, ladies and gentlemen, on the Mount Kenya politics, ladies and gentlemen. You can have that and get to it by your own self. Let me see something later here before I come to the end of the program on AG Muturi, who adds voice to raging revenue sharing debate. So the revenue sharing debate has been very, very stabbing Kenyans sharp into the ribs. They feel that if this will be actually this bill will be passed by the members of parliament, then Kenyans would have actually set their heads into a ditch from which they will not get it easy to get from. So Attorney General Justin Muturi has called for a more thoughtful approach in the ongoing debate over the formula for revenue sharing, urging politicians to focus on the constitutional provisions governing the matter. So that has also been told over here. So he also challenged the Senate to be more proactive and rein in rogue governance implication in misuse of monies allocated to their countries, ladies and gentlemen. So speaking at ACK St. Barnabas Tavengeros Secondary School in Kanywambora in Mbeere, North Embu County, Muturi challenged the politicians to ensure Article 203 of the Constitution which outlines the principles of the equitable revenue sharing is properly applied. So Muturi stressed that the real discussion should center on the effective utilization of resources allocated to a county government since the advent of devolution. So that has also been talked about, ladies and gentlemen, and that it should be related to the act of the Constitution 203, whereby the share of the revenue has been well stipulated. I'm coming to the last bit of the session, ladies and gentlemen, of which I do want to also explore into an area here. I want to explore an area about budget. So about budget is that somebody says don't overtax emerging sectors. Don't overtax emerging sectors. So this is one big story that has been shown over here. We are told that with the budget scheduled to be read on Thursday, we must avoid shooting ourselves in the foot with our forecasting by hitting hard through that we are supposed to protect for economic growth. This pictorial of a cartoon in one trouser, there are two top government officials, that is Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President, and His Excellency Ruto. So we are told that civil society must raise its voice for our rights. Now that has also been shown there. So amid public outcry over tax proposals in the Finance Act 2024, questions should abound about civil society's role in support of citizens, humans, and socio-economic rights. That has also been shown over there, ladies and gentlemen. Now that brings me to the end part of the bit of the newspaper's review today, ladies and gentlemen. As I come to the end of this area, the Vibrant Morning Show, as usual, is only briefing you on some of the substantive information that befits you from whichever you are within the country and the outside, if you are a citizen. And that if there is an area of which needs some challenge, then we challenge strongly in the strongest words possible to see that actually the rights of the Kenyans are seen into. Ladies and gentlemen, if not so, then let me call upon each and everyone who has walked with me through this long path of the newspaper review today, this morning, to again accompany me during the Vibrant Morning Show tomorrow. I love you, I care about you, I adore you, ladies and gentlemen. It's BTV Kenya, your home live television, and over here, call me your host, Ochieng Geoffrey Onyango. Goodbye. Have a beautiful morning.
Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing, and branding services using large format printing, offset, and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design, and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality